Governor Mary Fallin signed Senate Bill 965 into law this legislative session, a move greeted by Oklahoma's agricultural community as welcome relief. A few months ago, much of Oklahoma was as dry as the Sahara Desert. Now parts of the state recovering from flood damage, all tying back to one common denominator: water.
We're talking about abundances of water in certain parts of the state that needs to be redistributed to other parts.
Before the new law, appointments to the State Water Resources Board were chosen from Oklahoma's 5 congressional districts. Now, each region of the state is represented equally. There will be 9 regions across the state, with each region having 1 representative. Mike Spradling is the president of the Oklahoma Farm Bureau and says this gives rural Oklahoma more of a voice in water decisions.
You know, it's going to be more fair and equal representation on the board. We've got many places in the state of Oklahoma, such as the Northwest, use a lot of the utilization of water, but they have no representation. The Southeast has the water, but they don't have any representation either.
And J.D. Strong, who is the Oklahoma Water Resources Board Executive Director, says either way, water is vital for Oklahoma's survival.
Water is a precious and valuable resource, and when we run out of it or run short of it, everything else grinds to a halt. And there is no economic development, there is no recreation, there is no well-being.
And Strong says while the rains came down in much of Oklahoma, the state is not yet in the clear.
Western Oklahoma, people need to remember, is still in pretty significant drought, especially the Panhandle and far southwest Oklahoma. So just because we've had record rainfall here in central Oklahoma, where maybe the majority of the population lives, doesn't by any means mean that Oklahoma is out of the grips of drought.
Which is why Spradling says water is vital for Oklahoma agriculture.
Oklahoma certainly is an agriculture state. It's very important that we produce food and fiber in the state of Oklahoma. That's why it's so important that we take a look at the entire state, not just the metro areas.
And Spradling believes a plan needs to be made to transfer water statewide.
We can't take a chance to just sit here and play defense. I think we need to get offense going and look at ways that we can move the water from where it is to where it's needed, and certainly not to deplete those areas where they have it now. Certainly they have it, and I think they're entitled to the first shot at it, but there is a lot of surplus leaving the state of Oklahoma.
A surplus desired by everyone. Well, now the law is set to go into effect July 1 of 2014. And while the agricultural community is happy about the change, not everyone shares their enthusiasm.